Ready Player One is an action-adventure movie and it's directed by Steven Spielberg. It tells the story of a future version of our planet where everybody seems to escape reality by entering this virtual world called the Oasis. Now in the Oasis you can be whoever you want to be and do whatever you want to do. It's sort of like this big video game. Our main character, played by Tye Sheridan, is always in the Oasis because he's looking for a secret Easter egg that's hidden somewhere in this virtual world by the game's creator. Now if he finds this Easter egg, he sort of wins the game where he gets a ton of money and he gets ownership of the Oasis itself. Now I was excited to see this movie because there's a lot of positive buzz surrounding it, and you've also got the legend himself, Steven Spielberg, directing. I've seen a lot of Spielberg movies, I haven't seen all of them, but I have seen a lot of his recent efforts and I think they're good, just not as great as the ones that he made in the 80s and 90s like E.T. or Schindler's List. But I'm happy to report that Ready Player One is a ton of fun. It's been a while since I've had this much fun in a movie theater, and it's nice to see that the man often credited with making the very first blockbuster has made a movie that is through and through a blockbuster. This is the type of movie that you have to see in a cinema to get the best viewing experience. I mean, the colors, the music, just the grand spectacle of it all, it just works so well together, especially because it is not easy to adapt the original book into a movie like this. And although the movie itself isn't all perfect, it just shows how great a director Steven Spielberg still is. If you like explosive visual effects, then you're gonna love this movie because so much of it relies on CGI. Steven Spielberg really pushes it when it comes to complex visual effects, and the movie looks beautiful with some scenes just spellbinding. And it's deliberately made to look like a video game, so you're not all too bothered that some of the effects are not that realistic. Tye Sheridan is a talented young actor and it's great to see him get another opportunity to be in the lead. It's also great to see Olivia Cooke show up in a mainstream Hollywood movie. She plays the character Artemis, and I've known her incredible talent since Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, so it's great to see her get an opportunity like this. What I also love about this movie is that it does carry a dual message, in that the virtual world of movies and video games can be beautiful and magical, but if you know where to look, then reality can be just as beautiful, or just as magical. And I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to that. This movie starts off with a bang. In the beginning, the pace is really quick, there's a lot of exposition, there's a lot of quick cuts, and that's always very dangerous for a movie because if you want to maintain that high-paced level of energy throughout the rest of the film, then you really gotta ramp it up after the first act. Unfortunately, the pacing of Ready Player One does dip quite a bit in the second act. We're introduced to a lot of subplots involving the backstory of the creator of the Oasis, played by Mark Rylance, and another subplot where the main character, Wade, starts to take a liking for his friend Artemis. And these scenes are entertaining, it's just that at some point, the pacing and the energy does fizzle out. Thankfully, when the final act comes around, it's back to non-stop action and it's back to seeing all these recognizable characters from existing video games and movies. That's another thing about this movie. There are a lot of references to characters from past video games and movies, and a lot of them are pre-2000s. So you can see that Spielberg is making this movie sort of like a love letter to that 80s era. So I'm not the target demographic for this movie at all, but I still enjoyed it quite a bit. I enjoyed it quite a lot actually. I think it's one of Spielberg's better directorial efforts of late. If you go to the movies to watch big blockbusters with big explosions and effects, or to just have an enjoyable time with family and friends, then this is the movie for you. This is a strong effort by Steven Spielberg. It's not my favorite movie of his, but it's still Hollywood entertainment at its finest. I'm gonna give Ready Player One an 8.5 out of 10. I'm afraid that this movie might fly under the radar a bit because it's not a big recognizable franchise, and the only big star here is really the director. But I do recommend it, it's great fun at the movies. Thanks for watching this video guys. If you like it, do share and subscribe, and comment below if you've watched the movie. I want to know what you guys think, let's have a discussion. But in the meantime, I want to wish you guys a great week ahead, have a great rest of the weekend, and until next time, peace out!